Good. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to today's excuse me. I'm just getting the cards organized. My device is all set so that I can deliver the messages carefully to me. Let's see. So, what is going on with my website? I'm just trying to miss in everyone. Thank you so much for your patience. Hi, it's magic. Hi, Renata. Welcome. I was having a little bit of trouble setting myself up here to see the comments. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. I'm just having trouble finding the right. Okay, excellent. All right, so now we're here, ready to go. Thank you for your patience. So you can hear me, but it's distorted. So is it better now? Let me know if you can hear me better, Renata. Okay, too. All right. Let's just check and make sure. Renata, waiting to hear if you can hear again. What's a little bit of a delay? Let's see here. Okay, there's Corinne. All right, still testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can anyone hear me? Welcome. Okay, just checking my sound. Can you hear me okay? Okay, checking the sound. It sounds a bit robotic. Okay. My headset here for a second. Okay. Yeah, I hear you. Does this sound better? I think that is better. Okay, now I sound normal. Okay, very good. One always does want to sound normal, especially if you're reading cards. You don't want to appear abnormal. So thank you, Renata. I appreciate it. So tonight, I'm excited because the end of the year is coming and new things are arriving for us for sure. I'm also aware that some people have had some challenges. 2025 has not been easy for some people. There's a lot of things that's made you call into question who you are, what you're doing, what you want. And it's a time of making decisions. Some people talk about New Year's resolutions. I like to think of things like New Year's decisions. What are you committed to when it comes to you? What do you want to manifest in 2026? So we have 3 readings available for you. The first is our free card, which is from the Divine Doors deck. Behind every door lies adventure, mystery, and inspiration. So true as we approach the new year. So that is this deck right here. Many different doors are pictured. Each one has a special message, and I would love to pull a divine door for you. In order to receive your message, all you need to do, and Antuman has already requested a reading, and so has Renata. Thank you guys, you're on top of it. Okay, let me just add um, another link here. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I wasn't even sure I was going to be here tonight, but I was just so thankful today, especially for you guys, but thinking about so many things that happened this year that were unexpected and how much we all wish and hope for a better new year. Isn't that the truth? Okay, let me just get that copied. And we will jump in. Okay, so our tarot deck for tonight is this tarot deck. It's called the Neoteric Feminine Tarot. I particularly like it because it's got gold edging on the cards, and I just love cards that are rich in detail like that. And we are going to be using this for our missing piece readings tonight. The missing piece reading is $11.11. It allows me to draw tarot cards for you if you want a little bit of a deeper dive into what to expect, what's changing. Last but not least, we're using the Divine Abundance Oracle cards. Tosha Silver is a wonderful writer, speaker, and gifted healer who talks about radical love, radical forgiveness, radical receiving. Any books that you read by Tosha Silver will be an abundant blessing to you, I promise. And so I'm taking her cards for Divine Abundance tonight. If you want to have a great piece of wisdom for while you're anticipating the new year coming, a single card oracle reading can be ideal for you. It's just $4.99, and it does allow a little bit of a glimpse into radical acceptance, radical abundance. What is it that you guys are going to be anticipating when it comes to the new year? Okay, I will be doing demonstration readings in between the requests so that you guys can, and there's two reasons. Number one, so that you can receive a reading. All you have to do in a collective reading like this is simply to decide, this reading is for me. What I'm hearing is blessing me. I receive it from my heart to my mind and back again. And then you receive. Okay, so right now I'm looking. There are 3 people in line already. I'm so delighted to have you here. Human, you are first, and then we have Renata, and then we have Sylvia. So let me just finish shuffling here and welcome. Thank you so much for being here on this beautiful Monday. Now I will tell you, in Tennessee, it dropped 30 degrees overnight. Last night it was about 62 degrees when I went to bed, and it was only 32 degrees when I woke up this morning. It was a shock. And so I hope that you are cuddly and warm wherever you are. And you could tell me, where are you where are you watching from? Hi, Margarita girl, welcome. If you guys want, I would love to know where you're watching from. Such a joy how we're all connected, kindred spirits, because of the internet. Okay, let's go. Human, you are first. And you say, I need to know what does my intuition want to tell? Northern California for Margarita girl. Yes, I've had experience with Northern California. I love Northern California. It's I lived in Southern California. I was so amazed at how different it is in each community in that beautiful state. Okay, Human, what divine door wants to inspire and encourage you tonight? Thank you. All right, let's take a look, Human. So holding on to the situations in your mind where you would like to see the most change when it comes to 2026, and looking at it as a new door of opportunity coming your way. And so what strikes me about this particular door is just the balance of it. It's very angular, and it's pristine, clean cut, and it is the number 42. That number may be significant for you, Human, but as we see that there's a contrast between the angles and the balance of the doorway, and then these bricks. The bricks that surround the doorway are many different shades and colors. So on human, it looks to me like when 2026 begins, that you're going to be seeing more clearly the parts of your life that are what we might call misshapen, uh, discolored, things that are needing restoration, things that need attention. That part of your life is feeling ordered, but there are a couple of other areas that need attention. Um, Detoxing, perhaps, deep cleaning, perhaps, but it's a doorway to something quite surprising. So let's take a look at what the message is. Inner power. By your own command, you brought yourself here. At this moment in life, you have nothing to fear. What a beautiful message for you, Human. Let me read it again. Inner power. By your own command, you brought yourself here. At this moment in life, you have nothing to fear. Now I can understand a little bit better the picture, because what it's showing me is between having this order and straight, angular door, it shows that there has been a lot of effort on your part bringing things into order. Now, as you look at 2026 and you see some things that you want to have changed, Spirit is saying clearly, great, but don't worry. Don't worry. You have been shown everything you needed to know at the exact right time. So go ahead, walk through this door. Yes, there are changes coming, but the changes you've made so far are like the root for the changes that are coming ahead, and you are ready for what's coming. Don't let your mind create chaos for you. If you hear yourself being doubtful on human, just speak to yourself and say, no, I can handle it. I'm ready. I can handle it. That'd be a great affirmation for you walking into the new year on human. I'm ready and I can handle it. Now, don't be surprised if you're just watching right now, you haven't registered for your free reading yet, but you're just listening along. The cards may resonate with you. Why? Because birds of a feather flock together, and we are gathered with like needs, like desires, and like potential. Okay, so thank you so much, Human, for being here. I appreciate you. I know you've been following me for a long time, and I really appreciate that. Okay, so we are looking at 3 different decks tonight. I do have several of you that have signed up for your free reading, and I'm so tickled to give it to you. But right now, I want to give a demonstration of the Abundance deck. Tosha Silver's Divine, what is it? Divine Abundance? Yes. Oh, that's interesting. Divine. I have Divine Doors and Divine Abundance. I'm just picking up on that right now. But in the Divine Abundance deck, one of the things that Tosha teaches us is that we do need to deal with everything that comes our way, right? Everything that comes can be looked at through a lens of poverty or a lens of living without or lack, or things can be seen through the lens of divine abundance. There's nothing that the divine is that is not abundant, okay? So if you would like to have an abundance card drawn for you for 2026, that is, you can order it right here. Let me add it. I want to always make it super easy for you guys to order your readings. There you go. If you want to have one of these oracle cards for yourself, but meanwhile, being a member of the collective, let's draw an oracle card and see what change to expect. Non-duality. Non-duality. Okay, well, I'm just going to read the message first, and then we can just dive in. It does look like the figure is looking into this portal, and there's a lot of energy at the center of this portal, but the figure is in a very relaxed yogic pose, a meditative pose. So I would say that the very first piece of advice for you looking into 2026 is to bring yourself into a better understanding of meditation. Okay, the word non-duality can be challenging because it's a technical word. It's a technical word for people who meditate and looking at polarities and various different energetic principles. And meditation's a big part of that. But often a word like that can be so intellectual, it can kind of put you off slightly. So let's read this. Let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine. You can become fluent at doing both. Absolutely. What I have found is that meditation is helping me appreciate my divine nature and my human nature. And there are two, our divine nature, our inner being, spirit and source living within us, and our human behavior and personalities. Often we can be so put off by our own personality that we criticize ourselves kind of viciously, and we find all kinds of fault with who we are. And ironically, that's the complete opposite energy that the divine is looking at us. The divine sees nothing but lovable human. Lovable, flawed human. So if you're flawed and lovable, the divine is never going to leave you or forsake you. Okay, so I'm going to add to the chat here because there's an app that I've been using for quite a while now. It's called The Way. The author of the app is Henry Schuckman. He's an excellent teacher, and the app is very inexpensive. It does have several free sessions so that you can get a taste. But once you can settle and become silent and rest in silence, you're going to feel a different connection to the divine. I struggled for a long time. I did like meditation when I could listen to instructions and have it guided, but I really never understood how to learn to be quiet because my mind is constantly shifting and going to different ideas. Okay, so as you come in to 2026, one of the changes you can expect is to be spiritually hungry. Okay, expect spiritual curiosity. I'm just going to add, hi Kirsty, welcome. I'm just going to add that. Expect spiritual curiosity. This is one of the things that's going to be coming your way in the new year. All right. As you notice your curiosity, you are going to find the right material. You'll go to the right YouTube channels. You'll be drawn to the right books and the right music. Your decision to be a spiritually curious person is going to change your life. Okay? Thank you. And I take this to heart. For me personally, it's a confirmation of the practice of meditation, and I do know that I am much more patient with myself now that I've been meditating, and I am allowing myself to make mistakes without freaking out. Can you relate? Can you relate? Any perfectionists here in the audience? Okay, let me add our ordering information. If you'd like to order a reading, I'm here for you. There's a free reading available, The Divine Doors, and Renata is going to receive the next Divine Door. I know I love the Divine Doors. We've used them before, and they always end up with surprising and mysterious messages. Oh, here you go, Renata. Ooh, looky there. Okay, this is one of my favorite cards in this deck because of that, because of the mystery. Because what is that? Look at that structure around the door. And to me, it looks like roots. It looks like that there are some trees where the roots are exposed. In fact, they're quite beautiful. I don't know if the US, if the Americas have trees where the root structure is so exposed, because I know it's true in different parts of the world. But Renata, I do know about you that you are drawn to nature and you're drawn to the mystical and mysterious. So to me, this door is completely resonant with how I know you are. What's interesting is that the cavern, the cave, the hole that was dug in this place to make this room was done under the nature that was already there. This is an ancient structure, been there who knows how long. Also, it's dark in there, right? And so partly as we look to what's changing for you, Renata, I think Spirit is saying it's a mystery, that there are some things coming toward you in 2026 that you cannot see. But the beauty of it is, as you are stretching to understand your personality and to be able to just release yourself from the fears of the dark, because you know there's always a dark side to everything, but we don't have to live fearful of it. So I really enjoy the architecture here and how loose and free those roots are growing, and this opportunity to get to know yourself at the root level. All right, let's see what your blessing is. Hummingbird song. Okay, cut it out. What in the world? I have to look at this more closely. Wow, I did not expect that. And I don't see anything hummingbird image-wise on here. Fascinating. Okay, hummingbird song. Nectar of sweetness, in joy it brings. The hummingbird healing, as medicine it sings. Okay, nectar of sweetness, in joy it brings. The hummingbird's healing, as medicine it sings. So that makes me immediately curious, Renata, if hummingbirds are important to you. Is there, I know one time we had baby's breath in one of our cards here, and you had a special connection with baby's breath, because this connection with hummingbird is odd. One thing I know about the hummingbird song is that I have to send you a poem I wrote. Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you very much. Renata and I, if it's magic, it is magic. But Renata and I have a connection. We've never met each other face to face, but there's things about our energy that are really pretty intriguing. Because one thing I know about hummingbird is that they do make a lot of racket when they're defending their territory. They are territorial, and sometimes one of them will take off they'll just take over a feeder, and whenever other hummingbirds come and try to use the feeder, they will attack them, not physically, but by noise and by their close proximity of their body. So what that makes me think is that as you hear, when you have a hummingbird feeder and you hear that cheep, 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 it's not necessarily melodic. It's not a beautiful bird song like other people's bird songs. But I feel that it's you, when I'm thinking about feeling for you with your change, is that the hummingbird is such a tiny animal with a tiny song. And I think that as you get more confident, as you release yourself from some of the fears and doubts that came from your growing up years at the root level, that hummingbird song is the warrior's cry to tell people, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. I'm in my lane. You stay in your lane. And we are going to change some mighty self-doubt in 2026. I think by time New Year's Day comes in 2027, you're going to look back and be rather stunned at how much you are experiencing then that you only dream about right now. Okay, got it? Cool message for you, Renata. And do send me that poem about the hummingbird. I would love to know what that connection is for you. Hi, Nada, welcome. Okay, hi, Nada. Nada, hi, Sunshine, welcome. I'm glad to see you too. So in order to get your reading, anybody who wants a reading needs to use this link. And those of you who cannot use the link, If you don't speak English very well, I apologize for that. Not too much I can do about it. There are so many other readers out there, and perhaps you can find one that speaks your native language. Hi, Nada. My heart goes out to just say, everybody send love to Nada. Love, 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 Nada. And if I knew what her native language, what he or she, the native language, I could tell Nada that we need to register for a reading. So just know that my intention is there to be able to serve as many people as I can. Okay, and Sylvia is next. And Sylvia is wondering about her love life in 2026. Okay. So, absolutely. And Sylvia, I'm going to be getting to you in just a moment. In between the free readings, I'm just giving a demonstration of the different readings that you can receive tonight. You can receive a Divine Door message, and this is really a message like a postcard from the divine, an inspirational greeting card like you would receive in the mail. That's what that is, a Divine Door. Then we have our Divine Abundance Oracle. To receive a Divine Abundance Oracle, it's $4.99. And for me to pull the tarot for you so that I can dive deep and read what it is that's coming for you in 2026, that is $11.11. So let me show you an example of a tarot read. I'm going to do this for the collective. What does the collective need to know right now when it comes to the change that's approaching? There's a change coming. What is that shift? And this is for you. If you're here right now, this is your reading. It's for the collective. 10 of Wands. Somebody has been carrying a burden. It's been a long time of carrying a burden. So this figure is tired, discouraged, and feeling like, oh no, what will I do? You may be finishing the year with a situation where you feel like there's just 1,000 pounds on each shoulder. Let's see what else we have. My goodness. Oh, 10 of Swords. Talk about misery, right? So we have somebody watching right now. 2025 was wicked, wasn't it? It was filled with drama. A lot of backstabbing. You may have gotten fired from your position. Somebody might have cheated on you. You may have gotten ghosted. Or somebody might have put you into no contact, where they said, look, I don't want to hear from you. And it hurts. Even if it's to everyone's highest good. Endings are always painful in some way. And this burden. So I feel that the combination of these two cards is a beautiful promise for bright tomorrows. Okay, in a way, things could hardly get worse. Okay, in a way, things can't get worse because you have been through bump after bump after bump over and over again throughout 2025. Now, the third card of our reading is the card at the bottom of the deck. And I am so grateful for what turned up, because as I turn this deck over, it's the Magician. Now, yesterday in the readings I did live yesterday, it was fantastic because the Magician showed up again. Our reading from yesterday was all about changes and expectations, what you're not seeing. And, excuse me, the Magician showed up in the reading as an answer. And I'm so grateful that she showed up again here, because your door into 2026 is going to be about big changes. How you look at the world, how you talk about the world, how you experience the world is going to be radically different. Why? Because you have access to all of the energy tools you need to make changes. Energy is what we need. We need physical energy, spiritual energy, and intellectual energy to keep us going. Therapy is good. Therapy is helpful. But energy work is what often pushes the person over the edge to success. If you have been hurt by lying, cheating, or stealing, you do need assistance. It's like repairing your heart and renovating your mind. Have you ever, maybe you have, some people love to renovate houses. They'll buy a house that is in disrepair and they can get it inexpensively, and then they flip the house and make it a mansion. This is the energy I'm seeing here. From the ravages of a year that was filled with worries, concerns, heartbreak, we are pulling from that experience the very tools that you will need to go forward. Now here on my channel, I teach Neville Goddard, Wayne Dyer, Abraham Hicks, all of these experts that teach that how you think about the thing that's happening is what determines your success. Nobody promises that you're not going to have problems in your life or that there's not going to be suffering. Nobody promises there's no suffering. But what we are promised is the tools it takes to deal with them. Taking responsibility for our own well-being and allowing ourselves to use the pain of the past to repair. What do I do personally? Journaling, scripting, living as if I am already healed. Been doing this for decades. It's why I love to teach it. But that what you're not seeing is that you're not alone. And that as you go on this adventure that's called 2026, you're turning your back on the pain that's there, and you're going to walk forward using your tools, and you will see resolution. All right? By you deciding to follow spirit no matter what. By you deciding that the divine is everything you need, and you will need nothing that is outside the hands of the divine. Got it? An excellent reading for my dear collective, because we are all in this together. We want to maximize our life experience. We don't want to be miserable. Do you want to be miserable? Heck no, right? Miserable is no fun. But misery does love company. So if you are walking around miserable, guess what? You're going to attract more miserable people who will just support you and agree with you about how miserable life is. So please be careful who you choose as your friends, and make sure that the people you spend time with believe in possibility thinking, that no matter how tough things have been, they can always get better. Okay? So, Sylvia, thank you for waiting. And Nita, yes, it's so hard when you go through those difficult times, Nita. It is, but Spirit is here, ready to support and help us. So Sylvia, let me go there right on. And Sylvia is asking for love life. Okay. So Sylvia would like to have a door swing open in her love life. Now, Sylvia, I do have a reading that is available right now. It's just $9.99. It's in my, it's on my website under recorded readings, and it's designed to give you a little peek at your love life before the new year starts. Okay, Sylvia, so take a look at that. It might be something that you want to add. Now, Sylvia, as I look at this door that was very eager and popped right out of the deck, it shows me that you have a little bit of restoration that is necessary, okay? This door is beautiful, isn't it? This is what's called patina. And if you are in the antique business or you enjoy old things, if something has patina on it, it's a value because it shows the age. However, there are some times when things look like that and somebody does not say, oh, look at the patina. They say, look at that crummy old door. It needs to be repainted. So when I'm seeing this for you, my dear Sylvia, is that you have to decide the value of your past relationships. What is the value of your past relationships? If you have an ache in your heart when you think about love or you think about an ex in your past and you have heartache, that's a sign that you need some renovation, okay? Because the heartbreak of our past can interrupt our progress towards love. The reason is part of our brain holds value in holding on to pain. Part of our brain believes that we protect ourselves because if we are continually reminding ourselves of that cheater, of that person that abandoned us, if we continue to tell the story over and over again about how awful our love life has been, that creates like a frequency, like a radio frequency that radiates from you. And so then, Sylvia, you attract people that match that vibration. So sometimes when you are broken up from a previous love, you can see value in it. Even though it ended, and even though there was heartbreak at the ending, the truth is you learned so much about yourself. And through the struggle with your partners, you realize, hey, I have bruises and bumps, but I am better for it. I am better for it. I'm not bitter, I'm better. Then it has value. But when I see these doors locked shut, all chipped with paint, it makes me think, Sylvia, that for you to do a little bit of an audit and look at your exes from the past, how much heartache is left. And if you are still miserable in a part of your heart, then we can do some work. I do tapping with people. It's one of my very favorite things to do. Tapping is a wonderful energy medicine. It's an energy therapy that will soothe those broken places and that renew your belief in yourself as a great partner. So if I can help you, let me know, because tapping is easy. Once you know how to do it, you can do it yourself. You don't even need to have someone holding your hand as you learn how to clear your heart from the heartache that could be still there. So let's take a look at your blessing, my dear Sylvia. Deeper. You are not finished. You are not yet done. Dig deeper and deeper. The best is to come. Hold on, hold on. Yeah, Sylvia, this message is crystal clear. Before I even turned the card over, I felt that there are some deeper issues, some betrayals, could be coming from your family of origin, could be coming from how you grew up and how the relationships between your caregivers were. But it does seem that before love comes, your biggest change is going to be eliminating some of the heartbreak that is still living within your imagination. All right? If this is resonant for you, please do let me know, because I would be so happy to support you as in your walk toward love next year. Okay? Now that you are here on my channel, it's super easy to find the menu of readings that are available for you. I have some readings that are no cost. I have others that are under $10. And then there's some other readings that cost a bit more. But my idea is, Sylvia, to create materials that are affordable for everyone. I'm really glad that it resonates for you because I feel that. And also, I bet you could resonate from that tarot reading too, right? With a lot of burden and a lot of backstabbing. So, just so you understand, you are not alone. And most of the people that come through my work have been disappointed in love. I've been writing in the heartbreak arena for many years, going on 30 years of working with people in divorce recovery, writing and doing readings just to help support people who are trying to cross that bridge between heartbreak to true love. Okay, so if anybody else, welcome. For those of you who are new here, thank you. Yana's here. Hey, Yana, welcome. So you guys, we are doing free readings around what change you can expect. There are 3 different readings that you can order. The first one is the Divine Doors. And I know if you were just watching, wasn't it amazing how much came out of a simple, tiny card? These particular cards by Andre Ingracia have been extremely accurate as I have offered them, and I would love to draw one for you. All you need to do is register for your free reading at my website. If you would prefer for me to draw an abundance oracle card for you, I'm your girl. It's $4.99 to receive this message. And then if you would like a tarot reading, and I could draw 3 cards for you to just have a better expectation of how and what is going to be changing for you. I have my tarot deck right here. Here, I can't find the lid because it's out of reach. But this deck right here, which I love because it really does celebrate the divine feminine. And I think that when we're learning how to receive the love that we're wanting, we do need to work on our ability to receive. And so that is the tarot deck that we're using tonight. So if you would like a reading, go ahead and register. Meanwhile, I am going to draw one of our total abundance, divine abundance oracle cards for the collective. Okay. So when it comes to the changes that you would like to see happen in 2026, what is it that you need to see? Ah, beautiful. Thank you. Ooh, I got goosebumps even looking at this one. Oh, I'm so glad. If you're here right now, I'm glad you're here. This is a tremendous bit of good news. Let's all hit a little bit of the 100, or we could put celebration or heart. But because if you're here listening to me right now, this card is for you. 2026 is stepping up to be your limitless year. In fact, if you're here right now, just write that in the comments. I am limitless. Agree with me. I am limitless. Now, in our humanity, we can say, I'm not limitless because we have a time. We have a marker on our lives. We have a birth date and a death date, and they don't tell us what our death date is in advance. It just kind of sneaks up on you. But we have in our humanity a limit. We have limits on how much oxygen we can take in. Let's take a deep breath. Take in more and more. And you reach your limit. Your lungs have a limited capacity. Let's see, what else is an example of limited? Your stomach. You can only eat so much food. You can try to eat more, but then you will feel sick, right? So as a human, we are surrounded with limited circumstances. Right now, it's very cold outside. It's under 30 degrees. I don't like it. Even if I have my winter clothes on, I'm whining about it, right? So there's a limit on my comfort outside in the cold. So as we walk around the world, limited, Spirit is knocking on the door, ringing the doorbell to remind us that there's a part of you, your spirit, your inner being, that it's a part of you that is not limited. Thank you, Margarita girl. I am limitless. You are. Your spirit being, your inner being is limitless. and your inner being is collaborative with you. You would not be alive without your inner being here with you. You guys are like soulmated for real. And so your ability to claim that spiritual reality is going to change everything for you in 2026. So if I were you, I would take a screenshot of this card and claim it. See yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. Amen. This is a fantastic card. No accidents here. This message was for you. And you may say, Catherine, you don't understand. I'm not employed. I can't find work. I'm lonely. I don't have a partner. My family member won't talk to me. I live in an unfriendly city. I mean, you could tell me 1,000 things that would say to me, well, maybe I should make an excuse because my poor person is not limitless. But I'm not that kind of reader. I'm not that kind of teacher, because we have to step up to our limitless nature. One thing you can do that's a kind of a fun game to play is you can get 2 pieces of paper. I'll use these cards here for a second. Okay, so we have one paper here and one paper here that you can stand on. Okay, you have to use your imagination. So if we stand on this paper, we say, I have so many limits. I have a lot of limits, and then you can name them. I can only breathe. My lungs are limited. They only fill up so much. My income is limited because my boss doesn't pay me a lot. My tolerance is limited because it's too cold outside. I don't care. You just have your list and then get off of that piece of paper and step on here. Step on. This is limitless. I am limitless because my spirit is limitless. I am limitless because my soul is limitless. I can choose to live, see if I can say this, limitlessly because I am a spirit being having a human experience. And then get off the paper and hop back on this paper. I have so many limits, and just list a couple. I'm limited. I can only, let's see, what would be another one? Oh yeah, if I get a drink of water, I will fill up. I have a limited capacity for how much water I can drink at one time. That's the truth, right? It's the truth. But your spirit has no limit. So use the 2 pieces of paper. One, just talk about your limits. Second, get off that paper. Stand on the other one and say, that's true, but I'm limitless with spirit. Spirit knows what I'm capable of. Spirit can make me experience more limitless circumstances. I am limitless. Okay? And just for fun, I'm going to flip these 2 cards just for fun because we're using our limit. Let's see if these match. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Okay, so I love this. This makes me very happy. In the first tarot demonstration, we had those bad news 10s. We had that 10 of, let me pull it out again. We had the 10 of swords and the 10 of wands and the magician. Remember, in our 10 of swords and our 10 of wands set us up where we're like disappointments and burdens, misery. But then when we're talking about limitless, I chose 2 cards random out of the deck to teach with. And here, as we turned out, we have the exact opposite energy, 10 of cups, which is fulfillment, wish come true, right? And the King of Pentacles, which is mastery of finances and mastery of relationships and things that we can touch and feel in our world, our material world. So to me, I love this so much, and I thank Tosha Silver for her deck, which has been so helpful for me personally, that as we keep claiming, because I am a spiritual being, I am limitless. Because I am a spiritual being, I am limitless. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 different butterflies here. Okay, so this is so much abundance coming for you in 2026. What's the work you need to do? Release yourself from those disappointments from last year. How can we do that? Tapping, meditation, yoga. Sign up for readings with me. All of my readings are practical. I teach practical energy tools every time I touch the cards, and I want to support you as you identify yourself as a limitless being. I am spirit. I am limitless. Now, absolutely beautiful. That's right, Nada. I am limitless. Exactly right. Now, Nada, if you want, I'm going to put this here, and you click on that link right there, and it'll let you register for a card, and I can pull one of the divine doors for you. Okay? So register. Anyone who's watching or listening right now, I would love to draw cards for you. There's 3 options. The divine doors, there are abundance, the divine abundance oracle, or a tarot reading. Which would you like? I'm here for you. Okay? Just click manifestfaster.com and you can order your reading. So what should I do now? Let's see. What should I do? I feel like I'm going to draw a divine door card because I just want to tempt you a little bit. If you're curious, you just tuned in or watching me for the very first time, you've never visited here before, and you are shy about signing up for a free reading, which I hope that you're not. But I do want to give pull one of the divine doors, thank you, so that I can give you a demonstration. Okay, this divine door it picked itself very quickly. Sometimes those of you who are with me a lot, you've seen where I'll go shuffle through the deck, and many times before the card shows itself. But this is a beautiful card. Now, this is a card that does not have a door, right? It's an open archway, and you can't see out here, right? It's bright. It's so bright you cannot see, which is perfect for our message tonight, because like what are you not seeing about the change that's coming your way? So yes, there is a change that's coming. You see it coming. Perhaps there's a move, and you know it's been coming, and it's causing you anxiety because the change that is coming has got a lot of unknowns in it. I don't know. I just don't know. You might find yourself saying that a lot. And so what I notice is just the symmetry of this particular photo, and how these beautiful archways are symmetrical. We have 2, and then we have the 2 halves, and yet they are different designs. Okay, and also I see just how this is an old building, but it is also so beautifully symmetrical in how the bricks and the floor are laid out. So what strikes me about this is I just have a feeling that there's somebody watching this that is quite perfectionistic, that you really appreciate competency. You appreciate when people are good at their job, and you like when you know what's going on. The unknown is not your friend. Okay, can you relate? And Source is saying that's not helping you. Source is wanting for you to let go a little bit and go with the flow. In fact, you may have friends that say, you think too much. You've got to learn to go with the flow. Because as you go with the flow, that's when you really give the universe a chance to do its thing. Okay, if you want to control everything, and you are controlling everything, where does the universe fit in? Where's the room to let the divine change anything? And you say, well, the divine can do anything it wants. Why can't it just change? Because the divine needs for us to open our own heart. And how we do that is just eliminating some of the fears we have about the future. How do I do that? I use affirmations. Even though I don't know how, I'm learning to be more open now. Even though I'm not sure how, I'm learning how to trust the divine more right now. Even though I don't know how, I'm trusting the light more than ever right now. Okay? don't be afraid of the future. It's filled with beneficent energy for you, my friend. Let's see. Forgive and forget. A ritual cleansing of pain and lies. Arise and awaken, see a new sunrise. Beautifully put. If you are a person who is seeing this right now, you're hearing my voice, and you're hearing this reading about learning to be open after disappointment, do yourself a favor and get some help, okay? It doesn't have to be from me. There are so many tapping professionals out there. My favorite, I would say for sure, just because I've worked with him personally and I know of him and I trust him, he has a beautiful tapping channel where he must have, I bet, thousands of videos at this point that he has done over a variety of topics. And he has tons of video. Tap with Bread. Oh my gosh, Brad. Sorry about that. I mistyped. It's Tap. That's funny. Tap with Brad. But he's somebody that shows you how doable it is to learn this technique and begin to clear the clutter of past disappointments that's covering your life, okay? Past disappointments can blind us from future good. Past disappointments can blind us from future good because that's light. Light is not scary. It's not, but it can be if you're not prepared for it. Okay, so that's what we want to remember, is that you just need to be prepared. And so as you look back at the betrayals, the disappointments, and being cut off, ghosted, or no contact, anything that happened in 2025, you do need to do the work of clearing and cleansing yourself. Many times you guys will hear me talking about hoarding hurt feelings. Like once somebody has hurt your feelings, you stuff it into your mind and you keep it. Have you ever seen hoarders on TV where they stuff their whole house full of everything? That's what your mind looks like when you've gone through all that turmoil, losses, betrayals, bad news of any way. If we're not careful as humans, we hoard all those hurt feelings in our mind, and there's no room in there for good. All we are is suspicious and doubtful and afraid. So I do what's called divine decluttering. My work is designed to declutter your mind so that you can open up to what's ahead for you. The divine has nothing but blessings ahead if you're not afraid of the light. Okay, so I can help you, but I'm not the only one. There are gazillions of helpers out there: pastors, counselors, social workers, tarot readers, Reiki practitioners, whatever. But do the work you need to do to get beyond those heartbreaks from the past, okay? And we haven't even looked at the blessing. Oh yeah, yes we did. A good cleansing of pain and lies. Arise and awaken, see a new sunrise. Got it? Got it. Good. Okay, let me just put my order blank up in here again, and Yana's here. Oopsie, hold on. Okay, there we go. So if you'd like to order a reading, help yourself, there are 3 readings available today. We have our Divine Doors, we also have a tarot reading, and we have an oracle card reading. So once you go to the website to order, the description of all the available readings are right there for you. Yana, how is Norway tonight? I mean, what time of day is it over there? What time is it here? It's 6:30 at night, so I'm wondering what time of day it is over in Norway. All right, so this is your card. Isn't that gorgeous? So interesting, Yana, because we have archways that are formed into doors. So actually, you have 1, 2, 3 doorways and a window. So I think this is really profound for you, Yana. I know from our work together in the past that you have just completed a year of complication, a year of disappointments and a lot of pressure. family stuff going on, people who need help but probably are not grateful for it, family dramas and a variety of things. But as we glance down this hallway, I can't help but be struck by the white. And it's like white on white, Yana. And I feel like what this is showing me is that even though you have been through situations through 2025 that were troubling and they took a lot of energy from you, you still maintained your sense of who you are. I love that the white always makes me think of a blank slate. There's no paintings hanging on the wall, there's no rugs on the floor. So it just shows me that the purity of your situation right now, because certain things are over, certain things are going to be beginning. But I just think this blank slate is important for you to know for 2026. I do believe there will be three, at least, but three major changes that are happening through 2026. And I believe it will be quite logical for you that as you walk forward through the year doing your thing, whoever birthdays need to be celebrated, whatever festivities that you're doing, the year is going to open up like any other year. But there is this promise of these three doorways. I think since your energy has cleared, that there's going to be three opportunities. They may come in work or relationships or just your lifestyle, but it's really going to be, you'll know it. When it happens, you'll think about this reading and you'll think, holy smokes, wow, that's a change I never saw coming. What I love is the window. I love that one quote that says, when God closes a door, he opens a window. And so the window is providing the light. And it's so beautiful and inviting. But it is not a doorway at the end, is it? It's just the view forward. So I love this card. I feel like it has a lot of promise and potential, even though there's not much here, right? Light and shadows and tons of promise. Let's see what your blessing is. A moment's joy. Sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. Oh gosh, that's gorgeous. Let me read it again. A moment's joy. Sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. So I take this to heart with you in mind, Yana, because of all the stress you were in 2025. That now that that's all emptied and that you're able to sit quietly and think, what is it that I want for my life this year? What is it? And to take the time to really enjoy the clean slateness of your next few months, okay? Another thing, Yana, I don't know if you were here before, but I do, and I know you've been here other days for sure, where I highly recommend, oh, this is the tarot deck over here. I highly recommend meditation. I've really taken it to heart this year. I've meditated for many years when it comes to guided meditations. Love them. Guided visualizations. Love, love, love. But for meditation purposes, I was always hesitant because my mind is so busy. It's a busy little bee. And I always thought I would fail at meditation because of how busy my mind is. But through some excellent teaching by this man, Henry Schuckman, and he's written a couple books, and also he has the app that's called The Way. And I love him so much. He starts you off at 5 minutes a day, and who can't give 5 minutes a day, right? That's nothing. And then slowly but surely you can increase. So now after many months, I'm doing 20 minutes a day right away when I wake up in the morning. And it's just changing me. I'm getting more comfortable with just being quiet with myself. and not trying to produce content or read cards or chit chat with so and so or read that book, but just to be silent and in my own company. So for you, my friend Yana, I do recommend, because I think that with the clean slate that you have right now, finishing 2025, I think meditation will help you find that core value within your heart. What is the number one thing that you want to see happen in 2026? What is it? Okay. And remember to, if any of you, gosh, this is a time, if you ever want to jump in and get a tarot reading during the live readings, it's only $11.11, and I can pull more details out of your card if you want. That's available here and now, but my channel is full of recorded readings that you can order. That way you can listen again and again. They're not live readings like it is here tonight, but that way I can dig into the cards and ask questions that are more specific to what you're needing. Okay, my friends? All right, so thank you, Yana. I really love having your energy as part of my channel. I appreciate you. All right. Yes, definitely. Meditation, the main reason is because your heart is the seat of your confidence right now. And during our times where we have fears and doubts, we can question everything. Meditation lets us plug back in, like recharge, like you recharge your phone, and recharge to your spirit and what is what is searching for you. In fact, that's a good thing. Thank you, Yana. It's a good thing for you to think about as you go in. Let me grab my tarot. As we go into 2026, like to be able to ask Spirit, what is it that will bring me the most joy this year? What do I need to know? What change do I need to make to increase the amount of joy that I will feel this year? Okay, so I'm going to draw cards for the collective. Thank you guys for you, those of you who are here. If you're new here, welcome. Please do hit the thumbs up and subscribe, share my videos. It all helps me so much, and I'm deeply grateful for that. At the end of the day, I consider myself a teacher more than anything else, and my heart's desire is to teach what I've learned through hardship and betrayal, what I've learned through that, to have a joyful life. It's not perfect, and I have issues, everyone does, but I'm learning to use the pain that used to live in my imagination and terrify me, and now I can use those old stories to fuel myself to create the kind of future that I'm wanting. Okay, so let's see, what does Spirit have for us? I'll give you a demonstration of one of our live stream tarot readings. We'll do 3 cards, and we're going to ask, what is it that I need to know about finding joy and pleasure this year? What change do I need to make to have more joy and pleasure this year? Can anybody relate to that? Is that a good question for me to ask for all y'all? I love saying all y'all. Now that I moved to Tennessee, there's certain colloquialisms I like. So yeah, what do we need to know to have more fun next year? All right, thank you. Tarot doesn't always have to be deep and dark. It's always fun. Okay, so first card. Ooh, now here we are. This just cracks me up. So what was my question? How can we have more fun this year? And what card shows up? Ah! Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. I do love this deck for the art that it is, the 8 of Swords. So this doesn't look like it would make me very happy this year to be a target for people to throw swords at, right? All right, let's see how the universe can get itself out of this puzzle. Okay, it does make me smile though, because the thing that hits me is that there are some people who we call risk averse, meaning they love risk, like people who race cars for a living, right? Skydivers. I mean, they have these suits now, flying suits that guys can, and women too, people can jump off the side of a mountain without a parachute. They wear an outfit that when they put their arms out, it looks like wings, and they do that. They jump off a mountain and hope that they get to the ground. people who climb Mount Everest, they climb it knowing that they could die, okay? Astronauts, certain professions. I mean, there's a person named Jake Paul who just boxed with a guy who is so much better than him, Anthony Johnson, and Anthony Johnson hit him so hard it broke his jaw in a way that will change that person's life. So you look at that, and there you go. That's like Jake Paul, totally handicapped, totally injured, and lost his hobby of boxing. Why? Because he's so risk averse, he didn't care about the risk. Okay, so for some people, risk is fun. And if you're a person that risk is fun, let me know. Put it into the comments. Are you a person that you enjoy risk? There's not a harm. It's not harmful to enjoy risk, except that it's hard for people to find partners, like police officers, firemen, people like that. Service members have a hard time finding a spouse because their spouse lives in a risky situation and it's too hard and painful. Okay, so, but we ask the question, what needs to change so we have more fun next year? I can't wait to see what the tarot has for us next. The Page of Swords. Okay, so we have our swords. Okay, and we have the page. And so this is so interesting. So the Page of Swords is an energy that is, hold on, let me just feel this. This is the energy of someone who has gotten up out of trouble. So they have recognized that some of the decisions that they made in the past did not serve them. They got themselves into trouble. They acted before they knew all the facts. Their thoughts, how they thought about the problems that were going on, didn't help them. They were stuck in a loop, but something happened and they had like a flash of insight. And now they're like, okay, hold on a second. I have learned from the past that I've taken some unnecessary chances. I have risked. And sometimes it hurt. But I like risk. It's sort of fun to take chances. It's like sometimes this story could be about somebody who likes bad boys. Like I'm just using that as just a friendly phrase, but they tend to date men who are cheaters, or men who date women who are cheaters, that there's something about being drawn to someone who is not reliable. It's very strange. A lot of times there's a lot of sexual energy around people who are not good characters. I don't know if you've discovered that, but I've discovered in my time. So I feel like for this particular story, that this person did bite off more than they could chew. They got involved with something that was riskier than they thought. Or they thought, I can handle it. It's risky, but I can handle it. However, the other side of things is there has been some maturing over 2025. It's like, okay, there's been a little bit of maturing here. Maybe I don't really need to take that much risk in order to find what I'm looking for. So now at the bottom of the deck, let's see what we're not seeing. And we have the Chariot card. Okay, so what needs to change for you to find more pleasure and more fun in 2026? Now, this is for my imaginary person. I will draw tarot cards for you personally if you want. This is for an imaginary person that I'm putting together just to demonstrate. Because what we're seeing here is a story. 2025, or the past, we had a lot of taking chances, a lot of risk. Going into places you knew it wasn't great, but you thought, I don't care, I'm taking the risk. Whether it was a job, whether it was a school, whether it was a relationship, whatever it was, pulled you in. You knew it was risky, you didn't care. You said, I'm going to take a chance. And then you get yourself locked in, you're tied up. What do? As the year progressed, and now we're ending the year, there's a part of you that says, no more. The risky life is killing me. I can't meet a nice person Where are the nice people? Why can't I meet people I trust? Why am I always repeating the same pattern? I need to do something to take care of it. So she has very carefully selected a sword, and she's standing there and she's ready to defend. She's ready to start new. She's ready to ask the questions so that she knows how much risk is there before she starts, right? Why do I say that? Because this Chariot cards means that things are moving, they're moving to your benefit, and they're moving in a hurry. Your decision to say enough, no more stupid, risky behavior. I'm just not doing it. No more risks. Now, life is a risk. I mean, every time you go outside your door, something could happen. But you know what I'm talking about. Taking chances, living risky. Could be drugs and alcohol involved. But there's something that you used to do that your higher self, your inner being, is saying, no, enough. Let's create a brand new story. I want to take you, Chariot says. I want to take you to higher ground. I want to transport you to a better life. Got it? I want to take you to your better life. So what change do we need to do in 2026? Eliminate risky behavior. Let's put it down here in the notes. No more risky behavior for me. If you can relate to this, add that into the comments. No more risky behavior for me. And everybody has their own, whatever risky behavior it might be. It could be texting and driving. It could be driving under the influence. It could be eating that last chocolate candy bar when you know you shouldn't. There's risky behavior that all of us battle against. Everybody has a battle. So let's pick that thing that you can let go of for the end of 2025 and get ready to accelerate to something beneficial to you in 2026. And like I said, I'm not a real big believer in New Year's resolutions. That word, it rubs me the wrong way. It doesn't strike me as something appealing. However, making decisions or commitments, that is more appropriate for the way I look at it. If I make a decision that I am not going to do X anymore for the new year, I may phrase it like an experiment. Like, I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to eliminate this thing, whatever that thing is, and see what happens. And maybe only 3 months or so, maybe a whole year is more than you need. But as you open your heart to attract something more appealing for yourself in 2026, what change is necessary? What change is necessary? Okay, if you would like to have me read a card for you, I'm happy to do it. All you do is go to manifestfaster.com, add your you order your reading there. There are 3 readings. One is for free. That is the Divine Door. So happy to draw a Divine Door for you. Those cards have been absolutely incredible for this collective. I think this is the 3rd or 4th time I've used them, and they don't disappoint. Okay, meanwhile, back at the ranch, back here with my dear collective, we do have so much in common. The people that join, we have things that we fear, things that we love. We have a great deal in common, and I'm so glad that you happened my way tonight. I welcome you. Let's draw another oracle card. And let's see, what does Spirit have for us through the Divine Abundance deck? What changes can we make? What changes can we make so that more joy, more peace, and more pleasure will be part of our experience in 2026? Okay, let's take a look. Oh, good lesson. Acceptance. Radical acceptance in the now opens the flow. Radical acceptance in the now opens the flow. Okay. Oh, thank you, Yana. I'm so glad that you're starting to feel empowered and a little bit stronger. I can relate so much. And when you told me of what has been going on, um, you know, I just send love to you whenever I think about it because I know you've been through so much. But calmness is your superpower. The calm mind always makes better decisions. Okay, so being able to make that your goal, even though I don't know how, I'm feeling so much calmer now. Even though I don't know how, I'm feeling so much calmer now. And I do hope that you can do some meditation, because I know if it helps me, it can help you. I just feel that most of the tools I use personally, that's why I teach about them, because they work for me. So, but for the collective, acceptance. Now, acceptance is a problem for a lot of people because people get confused. If somebody has done something wrong and hurt your feelings, and then you think, well, I can't accept that. I mean, they did that wrong thing, and I can't accept what they did. Well, I appreciate that. Acceptance does not mean that you think it's okay that they did it. It's just that you can't change it. And so to accept the things that you cannot change, that's what true acceptance is about. So it's not, you're not supposed to accept the things you can change, because you can change it, right? You can move, you could, if your long hair, if your hair gets snarled every single day and you're sick and tired of brushing combs through it, you could cut it, right? You don't have to accept your long hair, you could cut it. But on the other hand, if you have somebody who doesn't want to talk to you anymore, somebody who has said, please don't contact me, right? When you have someone who's told you, please don't contact me, if you don't accept that, that's where you rob yourself. You're stealing from your own joy. If somebody says, I don't want to hear from you, or they're acting like I don't want to hear from you, if you do not accept them, you will have misery. Okay, Rakana, can you relate to this, Rakana? If you cannot accept that a person does not want to talk to you, you will be miserable. Can you relate to that, Rakana? And then back over to you, in the collective, all of y'all, everybody that's listening to me right now, if I ask you a question and I say, who is one person that you cannot accept their behavior, okay? Right? Think of one person that you just don't like how they're acting. So, Rakana, this would be true for you, right? You don't like the way this person is acting. If you don't want to accept that, you're going to feel miserable. So we have to adjust ourselves. We can't adjust the other person. Not possible. They're living their life. They're doing their thing. So even though I don't know how, I am accepting my situation right now. Look in the mirror, look at yourself in the eye, and say it. Even though I don't know how, I am accepting this situation right now, because people's behaviors show you everything you need to see. And acceptance, once we learn acceptance, true radical acceptance, our level of misery and unhappiness just drops off, because then we're more open to receive what Spirit has for us, okay? So, Rakana, if you want to ask me, if you want, because I answered that question for you, you guys who come to me with people that have ghosted you or asked you about no contact, you know what I say, an X is an X for a reason. That's my personal feeling about it. And once you come here and ask me one time about somebody that's in your past, then there's no point in drawing a new card for that. because I answered clearly. Sometimes more than one time I've answered. But what I can do for you, Rakana, is I can draw a door card for you, because there will be, this one turned over immediately. The reading tonight is not about boyfriends or girlfriends. The reading tonight is what kind of change is ahead for you in order to have a blessed and fulfilling 2026. And because you registered, I'm going to read you a card, but it's not a relationship card. It's not a yes/no. This is a card of a direct message from the divine to you, Rakana, about what you can adjust, what kind of change needs to happen for you to have the best 2026 that is possible. Okay, so let's see. The first thing that I notice is that it needs repair, right? You can see how chipped, the door is all chipped, and it needs a coat of paint, doesn't it? It looks messy. It looks old and messy. So when I look at this card, Rakana, it makes me want to get a can of paint and paint the door, right? Refresh. And I think that your message for 2026 is to do a refresh. You know, I just wish so much. I wish if I could have a little classroom of people. And in the classroom, I had like 10 people, and they're all sitting there with me. And they all want to be with the person that is in no contact. They all want to have their ex back. They're lonely. They're miserable. If the phone rings, they think it's them. And all they do is, waste their precious lifetime wishing and hoping that some person from the past would return. Okay, because if I had 10 people here and we were doing a workshop, we could have so much fun together, because we have to realize that that is such a dead-end future. There are millions and millions of humans on the planet. There are at least more than 100 humans living in the town you live in, Rakana. There's probably at least 50 potential partners living within 100 meters of you. No kidding. You don't, when we close our eyes and we insist to Spirit, I want my ex back. Spirit, I want my ex back. Nothing else will do. Even though he's not nice to me right now, or even though she cheated on me, I'm sure they're the right person for me, and I will not be happy until you bring my ex back. You guys, come on. You're so much better than that. You deserve someone who thinks you're the queen or you're the king. You need someone that wants to be with you. That's all they want, is to be with you. No chasing people who have dismissed you. There's nothing there. So I haven't even turned it over to see the blessing yet, but just from the art, I would say, Rakana, if you look at your love life as a house that needs repair, it needs paint, it needs, the holes in the wall need repairing, the floor is a little off, it needs to be sanded and refinished. You really need to redo your expectations when it comes to love. And you need to make a way to make a plan that doesn't include someone who doesn't have the time of day for you. Okay, let's see what the blessing is. Distant dream. The distance calls your heart to roam free. As you dare dream it, so must it be. It's so true, Rakana. There's a part of you does not want this person anymore. A part of you wants to be far away from this experience so that your heart is free. And when you dream of love, it's there for you. Going backwards is not taking you towards joy. It's taking you towards misery, okay? When this new year starts, can you make a decision that you will remove the thoughts of this person for the first month of the year, January? That when January is here, you decide you will not let this person live in your heart. You will evict them from your heart. Make that decision. I dare you to. Now, what you can do to help yourself is you can get an elastic bracelet like this, or a beaded bracelet. You know how they have crystals that are on a bracelet? And then what you do is every time you find yourself thinking of your person, take the bracelet off and put it on the other wrist. Okay? Every time. And then 5 minutes later, there you are. Oh, there I thought of him again. Take off the wrist band, put it on the other wrist. I can't explain why this works, but it does. Because you're obsessing and thinking about him is the first step that you can just not allow it. Stop. Stop. When I was going through this, I would picture a stop sign as big as my face, right in front of my face. And I would say, stop, stop, because you have that power. You can take your attention away from this person, okay? And also, I would suggest, Rakana, just stop asking tarot readers. I know I'm not the only tarot reader that you ask, am I? No, because people ask all the tarot readers the same stuff. But I highly recommend for 2026 that you simply stop asking about him. All you want to do is take care of yourself. So when you come to a reading, don't ask about that person anymore. Say, what does Spirit have for me today? Open yourself up to your tarot readers, because I'm only one of them, but open yourself up and do not try to pin tarot readers down on something that you've asked before, okay? It will help you learn and will help open you up, because believe me, you have lots going on in your life. You have your work, you have your friends, you have your hobbies, you have your animals. All of that needs your love and attention. And right now, most of it's going over to somebody who doesn't even think about you, right? And that is, you deserve more for sure. All right, good. Okay, anybody else out there, if you would like for me to pull a card for you, as you can tell, when I do the cards, I don't hold back. I basically tell what my heart, when I do readings, for some reason, the stories that pop into my mind when I'm doing the readings tend to help people. I never am sure what is going to happen and when, but I have been working with people who want to get their ex back. Sometimes it works. My very own, I have a family member very close to me that did marry or reconcile with his wife, and they were divorced for 3 years, and they're not married now, but they've been together for 10 years. Okay, so sometimes exes can come back, but trust me, both parties have to be very committed to undoing the mess that they did so that they can have something solid. But for the most part, it's heartbreaking for me, especially when people come to me that are really nice people. They're such terrific people. I can tell by their energy just reading their cards. And they've spent 3 to 4 years of their life in love with someone who's not talking to them. And it's just heartbreaking, because there's probably people in your country, wherever you're living, Rakana, there's probably someone that I even know through my readings that's dying to meet a beautiful person like you, right? And so it's the idea of letting yourself off the hook, that you do not need to be connected to someone who doesn't know how to treat you. Okay, Yana, thank you very much. Yeah, good luck, everybody. Let's send love to Rakana. It's hard to hear this. I mean, there are other readers, and I have friends and colleagues that are life coaches and teachers, and they teach different than I do. And they'll say, "Oh no, you can have anyone. All you need to do is do this, this, and this, and then that person will be yours." And quite frankly, I don't resonate like that. I've worked with so many people over many, many years, and the reconciliations are very rare, but they do happen. But the main thing that I want people to realize is that heartbreak and fear of disappointing people and fear of another breakup can keep you single. And that's the kind of stuff that you can work on manifesting wise. You know, how can you manifest more confidence? How can you manifest more flirtiness? What do you need in your skill set to show people what a great partner you are? Okay? All right, let's do another. I want to do another tarot reading here. So if you're here tonight, if you love tarot, I do the oracle cards. I do love them. They're very good teachers. And then, of course, the tarot always opens up the windows of our heart to help us know what the Spirit wants for us. So in looking to 2026, this card just fell out. What changes will bring us the most satisfaction so that when it gets to be 2027, looking at your life and you're like, okay, what changes happened in 2026 and how much happier am I? I can tell you, for me personally, this has been a good year. It's been filled with challenges and difficulties, but I stand in a better place in December 25 than I did in 26. I'm very grateful for that. Okay, here's our cards. Ooh, interesting. And let's peek at the bottom of the deck. What is here? The Star card. Nice. Okay, what do we need when it comes to getting more pleasure? What change do we need to make? Okay, let's see. We have the Knight of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Star. Okay, so definitely, Rakana, this is kind of carrying through the same energy and as I was talking about with you, because of the Star card. The Star card is about healing. And that's where I just I rampaged with you guys for a minute, talking about how important I think it is that you put yourself first when you are in an uneven situation, when you are with someone who is not giving you everything that you want. With this Four of Cups, this is a person who's having some dissatisfaction. The Four Cups are here. There are four different cups. And in this card, this often is a figure whose life is okay. Life's okay, but there's just something missing. There's something missing. And that this figure is just not sure what. I mean, when you look at how organized, she's got a nice pillow to sit on. She's living in an urban area. She's living well. She's feeling safe and secure, but something is missing. The Knight of Wands is that player card. The Knight of Wands is the card of the bad boy or the bad girl energy. It's somebody who is a little insincere, often a bunch of charisma, often there's great chemistry, but there's not the lasting power. It's not a sustainable relationship because they're too busy on their way. They're on their motor scooter. They're going here, they're going there. Monogamy is not important. Monogamy is not important. They don't have the same desire for one-on-one. They don't have the same desire for commitment. Okay, so in order to change up your vibe for 2026, you need healing. Okay, because you have compromised and you have given in to some of the people who have wanted your attention because you could. You're very flexible. You're not very demanding, and you just want to get along. And so when this person would come and go, breadcrumb you a little bit, show up every now and then, give you just enough so that you feel that they're interested in you, but they aren't really people that are afraid of commitment. And then you're over here being sweet and you are adjusting yourself to them. And you adjust, and then finally they leave. Off they go. Spirit says, let's heal you. Notice how these colors are matching. These colors are not. Spirit says, let's take your eye off of someone else. Spirit says, let me be your soulmate. Let me heal your heart. Let me be the one that has your back. Take some time to discover who you are to me. Do you feel loved by the divine? Maybe that's your biggest opportunity this year, especially for the beginning of the year, that you're going to allow yourself to become soulmated by the divine. It takes courage. I can think some people might say, well, what if the divine says I need to be single? I don't want to hear that. I understand. If you're sure that you want to be with a partner, I understand how agreeing to a single time in your life could be difficult for you. But the reality is, you have attracted this person for a reason. And in order to stop being attractive to people who don't want to commit to you, some healing is necessary. Of course, you guys know that tapping is my favorite remedy, and you do know that I offer tapping as part of my services. But also just getting a good reading on your person, where I could draw cards for your person and then draw cards for you and create a dialogue, then you would have a little bit more understanding about why in the world you are attracted to people who play you like a violin. Okay? I am happy to help you. Okay, moving forward. If you're here and you're just new, welcome. I'm Catherine. This is Pattern Breaker Tarot, and we are all about breaking up the patterns that are holding us in, they're actually holding us away from living the life that we're wanting so badly. What is it that we need to change about ourselves as we walk into 2026? Okay. Let me draw while I'm waiting. I do have space for a couple of more live readings here for you, and I see I've been negligent. I'm putting in the order link. Just click on manifestfaster.com, and I am happy to draw you a card. Meanwhile, I'm going to jump into our oracle, the Divine Abundance Oracle. What is the message Spirit has for us about a change that we need to make? What change is it that will bring us more goodness, more fun, and a better year upcoming than what we just went through? Let's see. Divine Abundance Oracle. Karma. Interesting. There's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life. Okay, so depending on where you are in your belief system, I know that karma is part of spiritual tradition that's practiced throughout the world, and I don't know a whole bunch about it. So when I look at karma, I always think what goes around comes around. I always think that if somebody treats somebody badly, I don't need to worry about that, because life will deal cards so that somebody will treat that other person badly. It's just how it goes. If you cheat, somebody will cheat on you. So when I look at this card right here, I'm aware that it says there's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life. And so I'm reading past life as your past romance. Okay, I'm reading this as a card for breakups for you guys right now. Anybody who is wanting to find a connection in 2027, this reading would be for you. Because what it's showing is that person in the past who maybe left you, they told you it was a no contact, they abandoned you, it did not finish well. That is a past relationship. So you can heal your past relationships on your way to your new relationship right now in this current single life. So let me read this again. There's nothing from a past relationship that can't be addressed in your current single life. And it's great. You don't have to sit down across the table from someone who broke your heart. In fact, absolutely not. But you also can't deny that your heart is aching for the harm that was done for you when they abandoned, right? So your time, this current life right now, is your time to make peace with that past relationship. You can do it. It's your responsibility to knit together this karma. You don't have to accept abandonment or betrayal. You don't. But you say, no, Catherine, it happened to me. It happened. They did that. I get it. But the healing that you're wanting comes from how you tell your story today. And how, again, I use tapping. I depend on tapping. Therapy is often necessary. I used therapy. I went to a couple different therapists over my lifetime where I got to a place where I simply did not know what to do next. And I'm so grateful for therapy. But take responsibility. See what you can heal in your life that somebody else did to you. Okay, let's think about childhood issues. Was there cruelty when you grew up? Was there, did your parents have a lot of fighting? Did you grow up with only one parent? Did you go to school and have challenging circumstances? Was there bullying that went on? Did you have a tough time finding a job? Are you finding it hard to get employed right now? Whatever bad has been happening towards the end of 2025, you can choose to heal all of it. Working with a life coach, working with healers of a variety of types can help you. And YouTube is just a wonderful instruction manual. You can Google or YouTube search, how do you get over a lost love? Somebody has probably written a blog about it, or they'll talk to you about it. Certainly, I'm here to support you. But don't feel like the failures of your past relationships are destined to repeat themselves. They're not. You can change the course of your life with some better choices, okay? If you need help, you need coaching or teaching, there are so many wonderful professional coaches, teachers, and readers out there who can lead and guide you. Sometimes do it yourself is just not the way to go, okay? All right. Okay, guys, I'm just getting ready to close. Thank you very much for being here with me tonight. It was so fun. If there's anybody who would like a reading before I scoot, let me know. And I'll let you know that I am going to be here Wednesday night. I'm going to do a New Year's Eve reading after dark, which I think will be fun. Put a candle out and have a New Year's Eve celebration with y'all because I'll be home. My family's out of town, and so I don't have plans for New Year's Eve, and so I'm going to have a New Year's Eve party with y'all. And we will do our usual thing. I'll have one deck that is a free reading deck, and then I'll have two other options for you for doing some readings for the new year. So please mark your calendar. Wednesday night is New Year's Eve, December 31st, and I will be back. And we'll probably go around the same time, 5:30, 6 o'clock Central Time, and we'll go as long as you guys have questions for me, okay? So I think that's all the announcements. Oh, I do have a love reading that's new. It's available just for an end of the year love checkup. You'll find that on my recorded readings. And then also I created a new reading that I'm calling the Divine Detangling Process, or not detangling, excuse me, decluttering. Although tangling is probably a good way of looking at it, because if you have hoarded or accidentally kept some of the hurt feelings from past relationships in your mind, if your mind is cluttered and crowded with hateful thoughts towards your ex or even towards yourself, and if your mind is filled with how unfairly you've been treated in this lifetime, I like to provide for my people. Sorry for that interruption. Where we can declutter together. If you have ever seen the Hoarders show on TV, where they show the whole house is completely cluttered with trash and other things they don't need, and they need help. They'll have a team of 8 to 10 people come up to declutter the house. Well, you don't need all that much help, but I am here to help you. If you need to declutter your mind so that you have an opening, so you have space in your mind to even think about love and fresh starts, I would love to serve you. You'll notice that that is a reading available, the decluttering process, where I explain it to you Again, I think I have 15 different readings in the menu, so do take a look. If there's anything I can do to support you, I am here for you, okay? And thank you to my dear friends who scheduled themselves through the live readings tonight. I love you all so much, and I look forward to seeing you for the next reading, which will be on New Year's Eve. Let's say goodbye to 2025 in style. Love you guys. We'll see you soon. Bye now.